All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Markets had a strong finish last week. Here's the VIX. I mean, the VIX is right there, right almost at my alert section. I'm looking for it to hit this level here around 12.3, 12.2, 12.1 area before it gives us one of these major bounces here. Again, it may hang out on this area for quite a bit, but I am definitely looking for it to hit my level before it bounces. I've covered this multiple times. So as we look to the week ahead, this is what I'm looking for. So this is the weekly chart, guys, and look at what we're getting here. Every time it hits this level, as you can see here, boom. It hits it, it may hang out there for a couple of weeks, but then this is what I'm looking for here. Once it hits the bottom of this range here, I'm looking for a bounce. I'm looking for a bounce for sure, guys. Again, hopefully we don't get this chop for a extended period of time. But if it does, it's whatever, guys. We're gonna adjust accordingly, and we're gonna prepare for what's to come. So we're looking at the daily chart. Let's go ahead and switch over to our daily time frame. Let's see what that looks like. All right, looking at the daily, you can see here the VIX again. Try to push higher, failed to stay above these levels, and now we're back. So we may stay in this area for some time, maybe till the end of the month. We can probably expect some action into November, going into December. These months between October and December tend to be very volatile. So we are potentially expecting some kind of action before the end of the year. But again, nothing is set in stone. We've have days like yesterday where history, well, not yesterday, days like Friday where things just didn't play out exactly as expected because things change. So this is one of those situations, guys, where the markets are, giving us a sign, a bullish sign to be exact, because they did close above all-time highs strong, except for one of them. And I'm going to cover that, why that concerns me. So looking at the E-minis, you can see here the markets, and this is the level I was looking. I was paying attention, very close attention to this level right here, guys. 3024, 25 to 3030. The markets definitely needed to close above this level, and you can see here on Thursday they pushed lower, almost came back below it, closed above it, and then Friday, they needed to close below above these levels. Otherwise, this bullish sign would just have turned into a BS call, basically a false breakout, which could still potentially happen, but I don't foresee it because right now this is a strong bullish sign, and even though the markets are way overbought and pushing higher for reasons unknown, the markets are going to be propped up. I think the current administration, I've said it before, is probably going to try to keep this market propped up as high and for as long as possible. I've said it before, I don't think any president likes to, ruffle any feathers or do anything crazy on their first term. Come November of next year, forget it. All bets are off and the markets can come down. Nobody cares because whatever, I'm out of here, right? That's the train of thought. And it sucks, I really don't want to be saying things like that, guys. That the markets are gonna come down. I was mentioning it in the room, but I'm like, hey man, it sucks that I'm over here wanting the markets to come down because I know I'm gonna make some money. And it sucks because at the end of the day, guys, it's kind of like saying, hey, we want things to be bad, and I don't want things to be bad because it affects all of us, in many ways. So, but again, this is what the current situation is, so it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and take what is given to us now. And what we see here is that the markets are pushing higher to all-time highs. And if history plays out correctly, you can expect an additional 5% to come out of this. And that's what I was trying to do, guys. I was trying to get some calls on the SPX, up here in the 3200 levels a few months out, giving myself plenty of time for this to happen. And if it didn't, I would just get out. But I was not able to get the fill I wanted. And again, because I told you, I bought some insurance on the VIX. So now I'm still gonna try because if history does play out, you can you can expect an additional 5% increase on the markets before we start heading lower again, right? So that's the E-minis. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Again, awesome. Same scenario, guys. You got the double top on the market. It pretty much broke above those highs. It needed to close below those levels to continue to move lower, to basically push higher. But no, that's not what we got, guys. We got a nice breakout. So the markets are pushing higher. The markets are going higher. This is a bullish sign everywhere. I don't know where you're going to see that this is a bearish sign. Overall, yes, we are expecting a drop in the near future, anywhere between the next couple of weeks till next November. You know what I mean? So we are expecting a drop, and the drop is going to be hard, it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. So definitely prepare yourself for that. But in the meantime, guys, don't ignore the signs that are there for you. Don't fight the market. If the market wants to go up with it. You know, my only concern overall is the Dow. The Dow did not do the same thing. You know, the Dow, you know, is the one that every time we say, oh, the market dropped 2,000 points, the market dropped 700 points, 8,000 points, 400 points, whatever points, we're referring always to the Dow, you know. But my concern is that the Dow did not break these all-time highs. You know, it's still right beneath these levels here. So now we have basically a triple top on the Dow. And that to me is a little concerning because I would have wanted to see the Dow actually break new highs here. So to me, this is a little concerning because the E-minis and the NASDAQ did push new highs, but the Dow did not. It has less stocks to refer to, and those stocks basically are saying, no, we're not going higher. You know, and that is of concern to me, very much concern. So especially looking, for example, at stocks like Amazon, guys. Let's take a look at Amazon. This is what concerns me the most overall. I mean, if you're looking at a stock, if you think of prime stocks, which ones do you think of? You know, you think of the FANGs, you know, especially Amazon. And Amazon, for example, when the markets were heading higher, Amazon was going higher. But as of recently, when the markets are making double tops and all-time highs, Amazon is not. So this tells me that smart money, big money players don't really believe this to be a sound move higher. Don't really believe this to be a really solid move higher, that this is a sustainable move higher. Why? Because they're not putting money in the big money stocks. You know, I don't know if you've traded Amazon before, but Amazon is a big money stock, will make you a lot of money, will definitely lose you a lot of money if you lose too, but by far is, you know, one of the most liquid stocks. It's a really good stock to trade, and when it moves, it moves. But Amazon, I don't see many investors putting money into Amazon. It just doesn't look like people want to buy Amazon at these levels. Amazon is stuck here now, this little range, you know, and now Amazon is just not going higher. This is a problem. I consider this to be a problem for the future as far as the markets go, because if you have stocks like Amazon that, you know, usually prop the markets up, not actually moving higher, this to me is a concern that the markets may not have the juice for that sustained move higher. So unless Amazon starts to break higher and break out of these levels, I just don't see that move on the markets to be sustainable, and we may not get that historical repeated move of an additional 5%. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely keeping a close eye on Amazon because Amazon should be moving. It's usually highly correlated with the markets. Amazon's correlation with the markets is usually in the high 90s. And you know, as of late, it's dropping more and more and more. Now it's at 0.4, you know, and dropping more and more and more. And that to me is of high concern. Okay, so as we look at the week ahead, guys, again, the volume is starting to pick up again on the markets going into the year's end. So just be cautious. Keep an eye definitely on your market signals like the VIX. Do not ignore the VIX. If the VIX is staying low, this is a low volatility environment. We may not get those exaggerated moves we've been getting lately. So if the VIX remains here below 15, we're just not gonna get those moves that we've been getting used to. So just get comfortable with, you know, with playing calls, or get comfortable, you know, doing verticals, or just get comfortable with doing smaller positions in general. I definitely do. I stay smaller and smaller. The lower the volatility, the smaller my positions get, because you know what, I'm not gonna get those exaggerated moves, or I may not get things playing out, because now this is the time where the markets end up being choppy. You know, I believe there's a quote or saying that 90% of the time the markets move sideways or are basically choppy. You know, you get all of these wicks here, all these little things here. That's basically going to happen a lot when the volatility is low. So when the VIX is low, that's what you can expect. When the VIX is high, we're going to start getting these moves like this. These exaggerated moves, guys. These big moves where now you're making money when the markets go up and the markets go down. These are the days that it's easy, right? When we get these big candles, when we get these nice, these small candles, these wicks, those are not easy days to trade. They're not the days that you're likely to make a good amount of money. So For the week ahead, guys, just be patient. Don't over trade. Don't oversize. Don't overextend yourself. Keep it simple. If you make your money in the morning, keep it at that. Just don't over trade and plan, plan, plan. So as the week ahead goes, it looks like we are bullish so far, and that's what I'm gonna be looking for. But like always, we're always gonna plan for both sides because we're not gonna get caught by surprise. And that's pretty much it for tonight's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one.